Live from the bowl on the campus of Blair Academy, we welcome you to this live presentation of Blair Boys Lacrosse on the Strive Network. Today, on the most action-packed day in all of sports, Blair plays host to North Warren, which is only 4 minutes away from Blair Academy. With Tom Monfiletto, Matt Nelson here with you from one of the most gorgeous athletic facilities here on the campus of Blair Academy. Tom, the students had SATs in the morning, but now they're getting ready to play some lacrosse.
Yeah, and they're ready to rock. It is a local rivalry, as you said. The distractions are kind of out of the way. They had a good night's rest, took some tests earlier in the day, and as you said, this is one of the best places on campus in New Jersey, I think, to watch a sporting event, especially when the weather is as nice as it is today.
Obviously, Tom. And, well, for Blair, they've coming off a 5-3 win over another one of their most hated rivals in Petty. But today, they take on a North Warren team that is very similar to Blair in terms of the record. And for Blair, one of the keys to their game is Patrick Morrison.
Yeah, Patty Moe has been doing a phenomenal job for this Blair Buccaneer team all season long. He is pretty much their offensive leader. He is one of the most dynamic athletes that you'll see on the field, number 14 there. He's the leading points scorer for Blair. He has the most goals on the team, so look for him to make an immediate impact for this Buccaneer offense.
And, of course, we will take a look at our Strive Coaches Spotlight, which, of course, is on Teddy Wenner, who definitely has a busy resume when it comes to coaching here at Blair, as well as being in the front office.
Yeah, he is in the admissions department as well. He is in his second year as head coach here for the Buccaneers, one of the best guys that you will meet. An awesome, awesome young coach, brings a ton of energy to this program. He loves it. He's extremely passionate about it, and that passion is something that rubs off on everybody around him. And it's been a great 2 years here for the program, and he's trying to build something that will last into the future. So everybody excited to have Teddy Wenner here at the helm.
So both teams are ready to take the field here on this Saturday overcast afternoon. We had some raindrops here in the area earlier today, and now we'll take a look at the starting lineup for Blair. The attacks are Long, Mooney, and the aforementioned Pat Morrison. The middies will be Claflin, Jenkins, Kirby. The defensive midi is Groves. The long stick midi is R.J. Stein. On defense will be Clark, Sizzler, and Lindbergh. And in the cage is Craig Carell.
And Blair decided to make a change in net map from the last time that we saw them. They decided to go with Craig Carell, who's been doing a pretty good job for them in goal. Gave up only 3 goals to Petty, I believe, in their last game, which is a big Maple win for the Buccaneers. So see some different things. R.J. Stein in the game today, who he is starting at long stick midi, and he leads the team in ground balls, and he's actually going to take face-offs for the team this year, or for the team today, as JT Carell is not in the lineup. He's not here today. So that should be exciting to see. You don't see, as we mentioned, we talked to Teddy Wenner before the game, you don't see many long stick middies taking face-offs, but
No.
He's so good at ground balls that you think he might have a pretty decent job and might be able to adjust to it. So we'll see how that works.
How much of an impact do you think a long stick mini taking face-offs will make on this game for Blair?
I don't know how much of an impact the actual fact that a long stick midi is doing it. I think the fact that R.J. Stein is going to be directly involved in touching the ball more often than not, I think that's always a plus for the Buccaneers. And he's just such a ground balls are a lot like rebounds in basketball. A lot of it has to do with effort, and there's nobody on the field that plays with more effort than R.J. Stein, and he's just somebody that's been awesome to watch, whether it be on the soccer field or on the lacrosse field. And he's somebody that the Buccaneers really, really look to as a leader.
So, both teams are just about ready to go. Blair in the home white with the navy blue numbers and letters, and North Warren is in the blue, white, and red. I'm saying that correctly based on what their uniforms look like. So, it's Stein for Blair. And Luke Robertson for North Warren to take the initial face-off. Ball poked away, and it looks like North Warren has won the initial faceoff. We're underway here from the bowl. Racing down the field is Robertson. He gets past one defender now, two. Tries to make a pass down to the opposite side for a teammate. That is number 6, Kyle Lyons, a junior attack with 13 goals on the season coming in. Go behind the cage now to CJ Ashton, number 5. Only a freshman, but getting a lot of time with the ball this season. And now looks like Ashton goes down for a minute. And a turnover here as Blair picks up the loose ball. Cooper Clark in there to defending. Clark is absolutely a monster when it comes to playing defense. It'll be Blair ball here as try to fix some issues with our personal clock. 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We are scoreless here at Blair. I have some slight technical issues with our own scoreboard, so keep you intact on what the score of the game is throughout the broadcast. It's in the possession of North Warren. They're moving from left to right as that pass goes over the head of a couple of players. And this one will belong to Blair as Jay Groves picks it up for the Bucks. And feeds it to the opposite side for Lindbergh. Lindbergh to Ben Sisler. And the defender races past midfield and being defended by Robertson. Wyatt Long with it now behind the cage for Blair. In defense is Mike Giles, number 11 for the Patriots. Claflin on the opposite side. And the pass goes out of play. It looked like that went off the stick of Mike Giles, so Blair will keep it here with 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Blair now with it here, behind the cage. Long, working around, trying to sweep him from the left side. Ground ball poked away by number 17, Mike Palazzi, the senior defenseman who's heading to Moravian in the fall. North Warren with it now, in the Blair D. Ball on the opposite side of the field, in the stick of Luke Robertson. 21 goals he comes into the season with. And comes into the game with, rather. Johnson has it up top for North Warren. Johnson trying to come in from the left side. Fires a shot off a bounce. It's wide and out of play. So a good move there by Johnson. North Warren will retain possession with 9:10 to play first quarter. Robertson has it behind the cage trying to sweep in from his left side. He gets muscled down on the ground and gets right back up. Robertson will try from the right. Robertson fires. Pass is off the ground. And a couple players fight for the ball. And this one's going to stay in play. Ben Sisler being defended by 3 North Warren players. And now North Warren picks it right back up and looks to reset. There's a shot fired and saved by Corral. Blair at the opposite side, shot fired wide left by Cooper Clark, who has yet to score a goal this year, but he does have a couple of ground balls.
And that was an unbelievable defensive stand by Blair, whether it be in net or Sisler's effort and Clark's effort with the big hit in front of the net, in front of the goal. Really, really good defense so far to start the game off for Blair, which is something that they've been doing all season long.
Ball went out of bounds, so North Warren will keep it now. 8:10 to play in the first. No score here from Blair between North Warren and the Bucks of Blair Academy. Rylan LePage has it for North Warren. On the opposite side, he goes back up top for Jack. And forgive me if I say the last name incorrectly, Bruchimovic. Hope that's correct. Now, Bruchimovic will come out for Robertson, who's back in. Robertson working for the top. Feeds left now for, appears to be Kyle Lyons. Lyons backing up now and feeding right to CJ Ashton. Jay Groves playing defense for Blair. Robertson from the left side. Lions. And now he'll work it back out to Robertson. Robertson in on the attack. He fires wide off a bounce, and the ball goes out of play.
And they're going to throw the flag on Lindbergh here. A little bit too aggressive in the crease, but another good defensive stand for the Buccaneers. Unfortunately, they're going to be a man down.
So now it'll be North Warren in the man-up situation with 7:06 to play here in the first quarter. We are still scoreless. It'll be North Warren's ball on the whistle. LePage has it. Feeds up top for Robertson. Back to his right is LePage, now working right for C.J. Aston behind the cage to Robertson. Sorry, that's Palachuk, rather. Robertson now has it near side. Fires high. It's intercepted by the Buccaneers. That was R.J. Stein on the interception and the turnover. Morrison. Near side. You get getting pestered right there by Ricky Baird, number 21. Morrison feeds it back to Kevin Claflin and works right to Groves. Jack Mooney, and the ball is loose, scooped up by Long. Long fires, scores! Wyatt Long puts it in for just the second time this year, his first goal since April 16th when we covered the game at Pope John. We'll take one more look at that, and it was all Wyatt Long.
And we'll take another look at it from this angle here.
Blair won the faceoff as Patty Moe has it opposite side. Feeds it back, but I believe it's intercepted by Connor Soyson, number 10. Soyson went now racing it down the sideline, heading into Blair territory, now backing up, looking to set up a play. Pruchimovic up top, number 9. He feeds right to Palachuk. Palachuk racing in, firing, and it's deflected and scooped up by Corral.
The Blair defense is doing a phenomenal job. They are really playing a really good game here early in the first quarter.
Blair has it on the other side. It's Jay Groves working its way back. Blair leads 1-0, 5:30 to go first quarter. He feeds left to Kevin Claflin. And now we have a timeout on the field. It's being taken by Blair Academy with 5:27 to go.
Yeah, and after the goal, there were some disagreements that were had, I believe, from the North Warren side. I'm not sure what they were arguing, but that's why I got a little bit sidetracked there when we were showing those replays. But a really nice effort, individual effort there by Wyatt Long to get it in and get the Buccaneers on the board here first. A really good, actually they took it off, so maybe not, it's not on the scoreboard. So
okay.
I guess that did not count, so I'm not sure what the call was there, be it as it may. 0-0, 5:27, and we are having some issues with our own scoreboard, which we'll try to get fixed at the end of the first quarter, maybe at the end of the first half. But scoreboard reads 0-0, 5:27 to go here in the first quarter.
So we've seen North Warren and Blair get a pretty equal amount of possession time. What do you think both teams are trying to do in the early stages?
Well, I think Blair is trying to play a really physical game, and I think it's working so far. I think they're doing a great job in the crease, and their defense is playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of physicality. So I would give them the advantage early here. It looks like they are kind of dictating the pace of the game.
So we will go with what the scoreboard says. No score. They took the goal off of Wyatt Long. It'll be Blair ball as Kevin Claflin has it for the Bucks on the opposite side. Claflin being defended by Robertson, and now sweeps in right, cuts through. Claflin fires a pass, shot deflected. Jack Mooney tried to score, but his pass and shot was deflected by Dom Carlucci, the goalkeeper for the Patriots.
What a play by Carlucci. That is some serious goaltending there, as that was a great look from Claflin and another excellent opportunity that was thwarted by Carlucci. Great job in net.
Rush Kirby has it for Blair as he splits the defenders and has the ball poked out of his stick, but Mooney picks it up right there. Now loses the handle and scoops up the ball with his stick with 4:40 to go in the first. Mooney from the opposite side carries it for Blair behind the cage. And now thinks twice about it. Spinning around is Wyatt Long. Long goes back to Mooney. Or not, maybe not. Long has it now and works left. Pass deflected off the stick of Mike Palazzi and scooped up by the North Warren Patriots. The pass goes a little bit high and out of the reach of Kyle Yarzib and out of play. It'll be Blair ball. Patty Moe brings it in for the Bucks. Kirby. Back to Patty Moe. Morrison from up top. Morrison thinks right now left. Now spins around and works it back up top for Kirby. They go right side for Claflin. He loses the handle and it's scooped up by Robertson. So here come the Patriots on the other side as Robertson feeds to Yarzab. Yarzab with the ball now on the opposite side of the field. Feeds up top for Robertson with 3:25 to go. No score between Blair and North Warren.
North Warren on the offensive end, very slow and deliberate, trying to get a good opportunity here. This Blair defense has been quite stingy so far.
Palachik now with the ball near side, feeds back to Robertson. Robertson from the right side, spins to his right, getting pestered by the Blair defender, shoots a little bit too high out of play, and that ball just missed my car. Thank God. Thank God.
Good defense there by the midfielders. Kevin Claflin, Rush Kirby in the middle, getting into the mix as they've been helping out this great Blair defensive attack.
Kyle Lyons works his way around the cage and now works it back up top for North Warren. Lyons, the junior attacker, 13 goals, 12 assists so far on the season with 2 3-goal games already this year. And now Luke Robertson goes to the ground. He was pushed by Cooper Clark, and North Warren will keep it with 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Lyons has it, works behind the cage now for Rylan LePage. They go near side for John Donovan, his first touch of the game. Ashton up top, feeds to Palachik, who works right. Back to his left is Ashton. Shot fired, scored. Luke Robertson, the future Susquehanna football player, who broke the all-time rushing record this year, scores for the 22nd time this season.
Good goal and good ball movement by North Warren. Working it around the zone, getting everybody involved. That was a very, very impressive possession there for the Patriots.
So it's 1-0 in favor of North Warren on Robertson's 22nd goal of the season with 2:11 to play here in the first quarter. It is Stein and Robertson on the faceoff, and North Warren wins it again. Ball loose and scooped up by Brutrumovich. And now it's loose and scooped up by Mike Palazzi. He feeds near side of Palachik. As North Warren makes a couple of subs, checking back in number 3 is Robertson. Robertson now has it for North Warren. 1:40 to play, first quarter. North Warren leads Blair 1-0. They feed opposite side. Lions defended by Sizzler. And now Palachik off the feed from Robertson. Palachik in from the left side. Palachik looked like he may have knocked the player to the ground. Cooper Clark, we play on. Johnson. Feeds down low and now works it back. Receiving the pass from Donovan, who gets it back right now for North Warren. Donovan to a teammate. Loose ball. Ben Sizzler in there for Blair. It's still loose and scooped up by the Bucks. Clark racing down midfield. Clark finds a teammate who fires and scores. It's Jack Mooney. And now, Mooney gets his second goal of the season.
And Mooney always in the right place at the right time. A great feed underneath. Started with a nice play by Cooper Clark, getting down the field and getting it off to Mooney. Ties it up for the Bucks with 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
So we are tied up, 1 goal apiece for each team. One by Robertson with 2:11 to play for North Warren, and one by Mooney just a moment ago. And here for the face-off, it's loose end. One out by North Warren and Luke Robertson. Robertson lost the handle, and now it's picked up by Lexi Kemp. Check that. It's actually Jake Groves. Groves fires off of balance. It's wide and out of play. Blair will get it on the whistle here. It's in the stick of Morrison. Morrison in from his right side. Our left. Morrison works behind the cage now left. Fires a shot. Wide and out of... No, it's actually going to stay in play. Garlucci thought he picked it up for a moment. Still loose. A lot of Patriots in there. And now we get our whistle with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. So this will be the last play of the quarter. And Morrison fires it wide out of play, or nearly out of play, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter, as we seem to have lost pitcher. So, the first quarter has come to an end with both teams tied up at 1 goal apiece. It's Blair 1 and North Warren 1 at the end of the first quarter. Luke Robertson, the only goal of the game for North Warren, and Jack Mooney, the only goal for Blair, to tie it up at 1. Both teams definitely. And we are back here at Blair Academy. We apologize for the technical difficulties that we were having throughout the duration of the first quarter. And we got our scoreboard back on. It is 1-1 as, well, both teams right now in the huddle as we are about to begin the second quarter. And Tom, what have you seen so far from both teams?
I think these are the games that Blair really likes to get in. I think the low-scoring defensive battles are the ones where they thrive, and they've been dictating the pace of the game. They kind of like to slow it down, play a lot more physically, and take advantage of some opportunities in transition, and that's how they got their first goal. And showed some great speed there, some good energy and some good toughness, and North Warren is right there with them. So this could be a low-scoring but very, very good back-and-forth battle.
So it'll be Stein and Robertson for Blair and for North Warren to take the face-off here to start play here in quarter number 2. And this ball is scooped up by Stein. Thought he had it for a moment. Ball still loose, and still loose, scooped up by Blair. Morrison has it on the far side as we are underway here in quarter number 2 here at Blair. Blair now working from left to right here in the second quarter. North Warren will work from right to left. Claflin has it near side, feeds right to long. Goes behind the cage for Mooney with 11:20 to go here in the second. Mooney behind the field, going back to Kirby, and now Claflin. Claflin jukes right, now left. Now backs up, fires a pass that goes wide and to nobody and up the hill. 1 minute gone by here in the second quarter. As the ball is on North Warren territory, or in Blair territory, rather. Brutrimovic rather has it for North Warren, or at least he had it for a moment. Now it's back in the stick of Robertson. Robertson on the far side for North Warren. Robertson behind the cage, going up against Claflin here. Robertson feeds up and try to do a little give and go to Rylan LePage, but the ball gets loose and in the stick of Blair. Racing down there is Wyatt Long in transition, fires and scores. This time it counts for Long, his second goal of the year, and Blair leads 2-1.
And look at Long just creating some space. Just burns the entire North Warren defense. Carlucci unable to come up with the save. So big-time goal there for the Buccaneers.
Wyatt Long scored a goal early on that was actually taken off the clock about a minute or two after he scored. So this one counts. And again, Blair leading North Warren here 2-1 here at the Bowl. Stein and Robertson for the faceoff. Remember Stein, the faceoff guy, as the long stick mini, and North Warren is able to win this faceoff. Robertson has it far side for North Warren, feeding right for Polacek. Polacek going back to Robertson on the wing, feeds up top for LePage. LePage to his left for Lyons. Lyons, good spin move against the defender. Lyons will have to come around the cage and fire a pass high that was intended for Polacek and goes out of play. Polacek trying to feed it back to Ashton, but it rolls across midfield and scooped up by Blair. Morrison has it. And now Morrison feeds to his right for Claflin. Claflin in transition. Here we go again. In the stick of a Blair player, Mooney fires a shot deflected and scooped up by Morrison.
Carlucci with another huge stop in net for the Patriots.
Claflin has it up top now for Blair, working against a really pestery defender in Mike Palazzi. Yellow flag is down on the ground, so we may have a penalty here coming up for North Warren. Claflin still has it. Works near side out of the double team now for Long. Long feeds twice and works behind the cage. Back left to Claflin, who feeds to Kirby up top. Kirby back to Claflin here with 8:30 to go here in the second quarter. And the pass picked up by Blair and Patty Moe as Moe fires and scores. Coming around from behind the cage, firing it high and hitting it low.
That is the Patty Moe special right there. Take another look at it here in slow motion as he jumps and gets it into the back of the net. He loves that move, the wraparound and then the jump shot, and he has it perfected. And now Blair out to a two-goal lead.
Excellent offense here by Blair early on, and Tom, looks like they're definitely picking up a lot of momentum here. It'll be Robertson for North Warren, and again Stein, the long stick midi, for the faceoff here at midfield. Both teams wrestling to the ground. We get a whistle here. It'll be North Warren possession with 8:17 to go. Robertson threads the needle. Working from the far side now. Robertson works behind the cage for North Warren. Sweeping it around. And fires back for LePage. LePage tried to fire a pass to Polacek. It went over his head. And the ball tapped and scooped up by North Warren's number 11, Mike Gellis. LePage And the ball gets knocked out by Claflin. Picked up by Blair, and here comes Ben Sizzler. Sizzler to Morrison. Now Claflin. Claflin looking to fire. And it's scooped. No, I believe it was deflected. Claflin picks it up again, looks to fire. Off a bounce, deflected off the top post. Ooh. Morrison, or Claflin rather, nearly had a goal. Now Morrison has it up top and works backwards, going up against Butrimovic. Long from the near side now. 5 minutes gone by, second quarter, 3-1. Blair with the lead here. Morrison, far side. And now they will work the circle. Claflin, near side. Claflin working to his right. Feeds to the middle for Long, but it's intercepted by Butrimovic.
A good job by Trimovic. Not a great pass there from Claflin on a good cut. And here we go, North Warren the other way.
Polachek had it behind the cage. Loose ball as number 7 Jude Lindbergh in there trying to help out. And we get a whistle. 6:19 left. Not sure what for here. Ball might have been out of play. And now it's Blair ball. Long pass fired to Stein. Now ground ball. It's scooped up by Mike Palazzi. Ball still loose. Scoop it up by Blair for a minute. Now North Warren has it. We get a whistle with 6:04 to go.
We're looking at Blair ball here. As Long is going to try to get something going. Wyatt Long has been having a great game as far as making smart decisions with the ball.
Claflin near side, feeds up top for Kirby. Now back to Claflin near side. They go right to Long, now behind the cage for Morrison. Morrison, opposite side. And now it's up top for Kirby. Claflin from the right. Claflin now will try left. Nearly lost the handle and picks it back up. Mooney back to Claflin. Up top now for Mooney. For Morrison, rather. Morrison in from the left side. Morrison fires. Shot goes wide left and out of play. It will be Blair ball as Mooney brought it into Cooper Clark. Sorry, that was Morrison. Claflin near side now for Blair. Claflin trying against the defender, Ricky Baird. Claflin threads the needle, loses the handle on the ball, and picks it back up. Mooney behind the cage now. Mooney tried to fire a pass to Claflin that goes out of play and right to one of Blair's assistant coaches.
That's another good defensive stand by the Patriots. Blair unable to get a good look on the goal. So really good defensive play from both squads here today, Matt.
Kyle Lyons with it on the far side now in the Blair zone. Robertson up top now. A very good defensive game by both teams. They've had the opportunities. Blair more opportunities than North Warren. Let's see if North Warren can answer the call here. Lyons, nice spin move. He tried to fire a shot. It goes wide. And LePage is there to save it. Kyle Sabbath, number 16. Pass to Grooves. And Blair has it as Sizzler streaks his way down the field. Good spin move against the defender, Nick Polachek. Morrison has it up top. 3:40 to go here in the first half. 3-1, Blair leads North Warren. Morrison works his way behind the cage to Long. Long fires, top shelf, goal! Just what the doctor ordered for Wyatt Long with his second goal of the day.
And we'll take another look. A good little stutter step here, and then gets it in between the two defenders. Takes a hit as well. Gets it past Carlucci. A great goal from Wyatt Long.
Blair now on a 4-0 run since we hit 42 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's basically been Blair possession since that part of the game. That was the end of the replay, rather, as both teams now in the timeout here with 3:26 left, and Tom, what does North Warren need to do to try and step it up?
They need to get possession of the ball. They need to create some turnovers here and get something going in the transition game. I mean, I think they need to take some notes from the Blair playbook here, which is to play really good defense, and which is what they would like to do, which is play really good defense and get some opportunities in transition. North Warren had some good defensive stands, but they can only kind of hold for so long before breaking, and Carlucci can't stop everything. So, Blair is playing a pretty physical game. North Warren should probably pick up their physical nature as well if they can, and try to create some opportunities, some fast break opportunities. But Blair has really been able to take control of this game. I know it's only a 3-goal lead, and in lacrosse those leads can vanish pretty quickly, but it does seem that Blair is completely in control of this game.
And they've been in control since 42 seconds left in the first quarter, when Jack Mooney tied the game for the Bucks, and they've been on a 4-0 tear ever since. It'll be Stein and Robertson for the faceoff once again. Ball loose. And it's North Warren's ball, at least for a moment, and now they officially have it. Butrimovic, I have problems with that all day. Lyons now has it for the Patriots on the near side, being defended by Sizzler. Lyons feeding up top for Chris Johnson. Johnson racing around, firing wide and out of play. Johnson had the right mindset. Might have been a little too far back that time to fire a shot off.
Hey, so Carell doing a pretty nice job, Matt. 1 goal in darn near almost 2 quarters of play here. So he has done a pretty great job. A lot of it helps that his defense is playing phenomenally as well.
Well, when you look at his stats, it looks like he's played more games than has Charlie Scheuer, as Mike Gels fires wide right and out of play. So I think it's safe to say Corral has had a little bit more playing time than has Charlie Scheuer. We saw Scheuer in our last boys lacrosse game against Pope John. A thrilling game. That was won by Pope John 10-9 after Blair went on a 3-0 run in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they had a really nice comeback, and that game showed what this team is capable of. In short, well, they kind of let it get away from them a little bit there in the third quarter, but they were able to, and at the end of the first half really, but in the fourth quarter really made a phenomenal comeback, and showed that they can score pretty quickly if they need to. So we have a flag here. Groves is going to come out of the game.
And Jay Groves was going up against Mike Gels and pushed him to the ground. So onto the penalty box goes Groves. So it'll be North Warren in the man-up situation with 2:07 to play in the first half, and Blair leading 4-1. Lyons has it near side, tries to fire it high and over the head of Polachek and out of play with 1:58 to go. Racing down the field with it for Blair is Cooper Clark. Sabbath to Morrison. Morrison racing behind the cage now. Morrison turning around against the defender. Number 26, Kyle Yarzab. Morrison sweeps in, fires, scores. Bottom shelf, 5-1 Blair. Morrison with his second goal of the day and 14th on the season.
Matty Morrison gets in some great position here, gets a clean look at the goal, and when he gets that, rarely does he miss. Patty Moe having a great game today on the day where Strive tosses a spotlight his way.
And for Morrison, that's his 6th multi-goal game of the season. Needs one more goal to give him three-goal games here in 2015. Stein and Robertson for the face-off here. And ball still loose, scooped up by North Warren as Mike Palazzi picks it up for the Patriots. Lions has it near side now for the Pats, who are trailing by 4 with 1:10 to go in the first half. Sun has finally peeked out of the clouds, which is definitely what a lot of people were expecting here this afternoon. The fans have certainly made their way onto the opposite side of the field, most of them sitting on the hill here at the bowl. Flag comes in, should be against Blair, as Lyons was trying to get a shot off. We get a whistle with 41 seconds to go. And Ben Sizzler will come out of the game, so North Warren again. Man up.
Sizzler gets caught with the hold there. So Blair going to be without one of their better defenders.
Final 37 seconds of the first half. Robertson feeds up top to Palachuk. Palachuk finds Robertson again. Sweeps in from the left. Fires a shot off a bounce, deflected by a Blair defender as Lindbergh nearly picked it up. But now Palachuk has it right back. 20 seconds to go. Last chance here for North Warren possibly. Palachuk up top. Feeds left and crisscross the Lions. Shot fired and wide, going up the hill is the ball. The ball went off the stick of Chris Johnson and out of play. 5 seconds to go, so this will be the last play of the game for the Pats. Palachuk on the whistle. Palachuk fires long, intended for Lions, and that will do it as the first half comes to an end, and it is a 5-1 Blair Academy lead here at intermission.
Yeah, and I don't think Blair could ask for much more. I thought that was a phenomenal effort in the first half, and I thought they played their game. They played some great defense, and they got some great opportune goals that were created from some transition opportunities and some decent ball movement as well. So a really good, clean first half for the Bucks.
So Blair enters halftime, leading by 4. It's 5-1 as they lead nearby rival North Warren here at the Bowl. We will step aside for a few minutes or so and come back with the second half. You are watching Blair Boys Lacrosse right here on the Strive Network.
Our seniors are really strong in terms of the work ethic that they put out, the leadership that they have on the field and off the field, the mentorship with the younger guys, freshmen all the way up to even their junior year teammates. Everyone in between, these guys are working with, talking with, setting the example, working off hours on their sticks and going out on the field when there isn't a practice. Really putting hard work and effort into it, which as a coach I just love to see. They've totally bought into this is our year, this is the program, and we're going to make it better. Last year we had a pretty powerful offense and we lost a lot of those seniors who were our big offensive threats. Our younger guys, juniors, are going to have to step it up this year. We have one senior attackman this year with Lexi Kemp, and those guys are bearing a lot on their shoulders offensively. Defensively, we filled that void through our long poles. We have a senior-heavy defense this year, long pole and LSMs, led by Cooper Clark, who's going to go to Bates next year for lacrosse. Jude Lindbergh came here for football and lacrosse. He's going to go to Wesleyan next year for both. So those guys are some of the key figures to helping us have a successful season. We're going to be big, fast, aggressive defensively to try to mitigate some of the offensive holes that we have and try to play fast transition game this year. And right from what I've seen so far, it's been really successful. We have some talented guys, and I think we're squeezing the most out of who we have here. It's just a matter of getting more players in year after year as we're building this program. But when a fan comes to see our guys play, they play solid fundamental lacrosse, play it hard, play it fast, and they have a passion for the game, which I think is really important.
Back here at the bowl, here at Blair Academy in Blairstown, New Jersey, as the Bucks lead the Patriots in this local rivalry by a score of 5-1 as we're about a couple of minutes away or so from starting the third quarter. Matt Nelson and Tom Monfiletto here with you. And before we recap the first half, we want to congratulate Tom and his brother, who was recently put into the Hall of Fame at the Hunt School.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Cool night last night. The Buccaneers are traveling to the Hunt School right now. They're playing in a varsity baseball game, and I believe softball as well. So SAT day, big day here on campus here at Blair, and some big games going on here on campus and elsewhere.
It's a 5-1 lead. Blair is currently on a 5-0 run since there were 42 seconds left at the end of the first quarter. It'll be R.J. Stein for Blair in the home white and the navy blue letters and numbers against Luke Robertson in the road blue, white, and red. That's in order by shirt, letters and numbers, and then shorts. Stein, the long stick mini, going up as the face-off specialist. A little bit rare, but Coach Teddy Winter putting him in for that situation. And now North Warren wins out here. Palazzi is working his way down the field. Ball poked away and knocked out. And Jude Lindbergh, the future Wesleyan College athlete, picks it up for Blair.
And that was a great play by Jake Groves and a big hit.
Oh, my.
R.J. Stein.
Stein gets knocked to the ground, and he's still down. We'll stop the clock. 11:30 to go. And R.J. Stein is not getting up at all.
I think he might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. Matt, it was a good hit. It was a clean hit.
And that's a good sign that he's up on his feet.
Yeah, there you go. He just got the wind knocked out of him.
And
that's
able
all.
to walk up under his own power. One more look. And let's see who he got knocked down by. That looks like Ricky Baird, 21 for North Warren. That is just an ugly hit. So Stein will come out of the game. He's being walked off the field by one of the Blair assistant coaches. Jake Groves was there to try to help assist, number 21 for Blair.
And I just don't think he really saw that one.
Not at all.
I really don't think he saw that one coming. And I think that's what kind of allowed him to kind of expose his torso there, and that's why there was some direct contact, which kind of knocked the wind out of him, and it looks like he's up and ready to go. So
Claflin picks the ball on a turnover in transition. Here we go. Shot fired wide, and this one is going out of play. It looks like Wyatt Long was the one who fired the shot off.
That would have been a nice answer to that big hit. But Blair unable to capitalize on a good transition opportunity.
Morrison has it off the whistle, works behind the cage, now goes left, now right. Morrison for Claflin, who's being guarded by Robertson. Claflin jukes right, now left. Spins away and thinks again. Long on the far side as some of the students pass by, making their way onto the field here at the bowl. And now a turnover here by North Warren as Ricky Baird streaks down the field for the Patriots. Lyons has it. Good spin move. Another one here. Feeds up top for Robertson. Robertson to Rylan LePage. Robertson has it up top yet again for the Pats. Long pass to John Donovan. Now behind the cage for Kyle Lyons. Polachek has it as we are approaching 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Ashton back to Polachek, who races his way behind the cage against Cooper Clark. Robertson Gets a screen off LePage. Robertson still with it here. Not sure if that was a pass, but it went off the stick of Polachek. Loose ball picked up by Lindbergh. And now Blair looks to regroup here. Sizzler races his way down the field. And fires wide, and turnover by North Warren and number 11, Mike Jealous. Long fires, shot deflected off the stick of Dom Larcucci. Oh, I didn't see what happened there, but I believe someone got checked up and a yellow flag came in.
Jake Groves with a big-time hit. Groves, don't let his size fool you. He's a very, very tough kid, and I don't think North Warren is very happy about it.
Well, remember, it's the Blair-North Warren rivalry here today. Two schools separated by only 4 minutes of each other, and we'll get one more look. Ooh. That looked like some payback there as Jake Groves goes into the North Warren defender. Well, Tom, you think of high school rivalries, and I think in terms of local rivalries, we spoke about this earlier when you and I both got here. This is definitely a very likable comparison to the rivalry of Hightstown and Petty down in Mercer County.
Yeah, always when you have a private school and a prep school in the same area, there's going to be some, any schools that are this close. I mean, I don't think North Warren is even a mile away. So
I think it's just over a mile.
Anytime those schools get together, there's going to be a nice healthy rivalry, and it turns into some good athletic competition as well.
Johnson up top feeds down to the opposite side for Lions. 5-1. Blair leading North Warren here with 8:20 to play here in the third quarter as we fix our personal clock. And just like that, shot fired and scored by Chris Johnson, his 8th goal of the year, and North Warren is down 5-2.
Really, really a nice shot to get North Warren back on the board amid some emotion from both sides.
So at midfield, the face-off will go against Stein and Robertson. And it's loose and scooped up by North Warren's Mike Palazzi. He feeds to Connor Soyson. Soyson streaking down the field near side, feeds behind the cage for Polachek. Polachek, and now they work it back up top for Robertson. LePage, back to Robertson on his left. Polachek behind the cage, spins right, and he lost the ball as it looked like he might have been trying to pass it there. We get a whistle with 7:34 left. And it will be North Warren possession here. They've had a lot of control and possession here throughout the majority of this third quarter. And moments ago, Johnson stopped a 5-0 Blair run. A good save here by Blair as R.J. Stein gives it up for Lindbergh, the post-grad defenseman. Corral to Claflin. Claflin breaks out of the defender.
There he comes.
Claflin with a good move and now works his way back. Jack Butrimowicz checks back in, number 9 for North Warren. Morrison to Robertson up top. Robertson in for the right side. Robertson fires a shot off a bounce. It goes wide and out of play. So It looks like Blair will keep it here. 6:40 to go as the whistle blows. We are back to the action. Morrison getting pushed. LePage up top for Robertson. Robertson from the right side trying again. Tanner Guki got a piece of it. And now the ball rolls out of play. And Blair has it here. Ball rolling up the hill on the ball and scooped up by a fan. It'll be Wyatt Long here. Long from the opposite side feeds up top for Kevin Claflin. We're past the halfway mark here in the third quarter, and Blair leads North Warren here 5-2. Claflin tried to find who appeared to be Wyatt Long, but the ball is at midfield now, and we get a whistle with 5:32 left. It'll be North Warren possession.
It's really good defense from Cooper Clark. Sorry to jump in there. But Clark getting in, getting physical, and alters the shot enough for Corral to make a really, really good save.
Loose ball on the ground by midfield. Scooping it up was Jake Groves. He nearly slid and picks it back up for Blair. Morrison threads the needle. Man down for North Warren. We play on. Claflin jogging his way back to the top. Good way to thread the needle. Lost the handle. Fires a shot. Goal! Bottom shelf for Kevin Claflin. His 11th goal of the year. And Blair now leads 6-2.
Claflin is just so impressive in how he can take over a game. Takes over on that possession, knifes through the entire defense and comes up with a huge goal. He's so valuable to this team. He is a huge spark for this team, an incredible athlete.
It's Blair's first goal since the 127 mark in the second quarter when Morrison scored for the Bucks. Again, Stein and Robertson for the faceoff. And it's scooped up. That was actually Thomas Jenkins, number 8, who took the faceoff there for Blair. Morrison from the right side fires. It's deflected off the North Warren goalkeeper and works it right back to Long. Claflin has it up top now for the Bucks with 4:17 left here in the third. Claflin up top for Long, who works left. Jenkins, not sure who he was trying to fire it to, but we had a whistle here. The clock stops. 3:59 to go here in the third. It will be Blair ball, and Morrison will have it. Jenkins up top for Claflin. He's on the wing. Claflin from left. Now he backs away from the defender. That is number 24, Cameron Warden, playing defense. Morrison. Jenkins fires wide left, and that is out of play and goes up the hill, rolling right underneath the Toyota Corolla. Yes, I realized it from this distance.
It's impressive. You are a car guy.
Well, you got NASCAR at Talladega this weekend, so you got to be really happy about that. Robertson now has it for North Warren as they work their way into the Blair zone here. Polachek feeds to his right. That's Kyle Lyons. And now Lyons fires up top for Robertson. Chris Johnson now on the field for North Warren. Robertson gets the screen. Sweeping around for the right side. He lost the handle and the stick as well. And Lindbergh picks up the ground ball and the turnover. Sizzler tried to keep it in play. Clock stops, 2:40 left. And it will be a Blair ball on the whistle. It's in the stick of Patty Morrison. Morrison trying to feed to Ned Zegedy, who's in the game, I think, for the first time this afternoon. And now, still got a loose ball here. Scooped up by the Bucks and Patty Moe. Morrison in on transition, fired a shot. It's deflected off Carlucci and out of play.
Good hustle there by Mooney trying to get the stick out in front. Can't do it. So North Warren with another opportunity here.
Now, for some reason, the scoreboard here at Blair shows 6-3. And both teams looking to make some subs here with 2:15 left here in the third quarter. Claflin has it now for Blair as they try to work some clock down to the final minutes. Claflin for Kirby, now Morrison up top. Here's Morrison from the left side, spins around, fires up top for Kirby, and now goes to Claflin. Claflin, right side, fires a shot. Did it go in? Yes, sir. Kevin Claflin with his second consecutive goal here in the quarter. His fourth multi-goal game of the year as you get one more look. And now Blair leads it 7-2.
It's another outstanding job by Kevin Claflin, who's just there when the Bucks need him at all times. So North Warren comes with a surge. They decrease the gap. And Kevin Claflin is right there to get it back to where it was.
R.J. Stein is back in to take the face-off for Blair. Remember, it was Tom Jenkins who took the last one for the Bucks. Robertson in for the face-off, 2 for North Warren, and it's going to be won by Palazzi. We are down to the final 90 seconds of the third quarter. Pretty fast-paced game compared to the last one we saw here at Blair. As Robertson fires a shot off a bounce and scores it top shelf. Luke Robertson, his second goal in the day. Number 7 when it comes to multi-goal games as you get one more look. He makes it 7-3.
And you can see, Matt, how quickly you can really get back into this game. For North Warren, that was a really, really efficient possession there. And Blair needs to continue to sort of add to this lead, or else they might find a situation where North Warren creeps back into the game without them even realizing.
Now, if you're scoring this game right now, the score here in the third quarter is actually even at 2-2 for both teams, so it's still a 4-goal lead for Blair. LePage has it near side, and he got checked in the helmet by Kyle Sabbath. Yellow flag came in right away as we are at 50 seconds left, 5-0 on the clock. We'll play on at least for now, and now a whistle blows. Sabbath will go to the penalty box. And North Warren again in the man-up situation. One of the things we really haven't talked about yet, Tom, is the amount of hard penalties against Blair in this game, and yet they're leading by 4 goals.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of part of their game plan. I think they were going to come out here and play very, very aggressively and play very, very physically. And I think they were willing to take some of the flags that come along with that.
Lions on the opposite side, so another chance here for North Warren as that shot rolls into the stick of Greg Carell, who was very lucky to get that ball. 20 seconds and counting. Here at Blair. Groves races down the field. He gets knocked down and rolls down to the ground. Yellow flag comes in. This penalty is going against North Warren, I believe.
That was a close call. It looked like a clean hit from here. So it'll be a 30-second advantage here for the Buccaneers.
And the last possible play of the quarter. Clock wind out. And that is how we end the third quarter here at Blair.
And Matt, I just want to talk about Kevin Claflin real quick. He is the spark to this team. He makes the team go. He's got the most energy on the team. He comes out and he plays very, very hard every single time he comes out on the field. He's also one of the best athletes. He played quarterback for the football team. We'll take a look at some of the stuff that he did against Pope John. He was exhausted at the end of this game, going all over the place, making some big hits, making some big shots, and it seems like his best plays come when the team needs it the most. And that's when, you have an absolute winner on your team. And that's, I think, the best way you can describe Kevin Claflin is he's just an absolute winner. He's got the physical tools as well. He's very quick, he's very athletic, he's very skilled. But Kevin Claflin has been able to do a phenomenal job here for the Buccaneers, and in games like this, in close games, really take control of the game, and it's been very impressive to see.
And when he tried to take control of that game against Pope John, he definitely carried the load in that fourth quarter, but it was just a little bit too late to try and beat that team here at Blair in what was probably a game they could have and should have won. So, one more 12-minute quarter here from Blair Academy as the Bucks lead North Warren 7-3 here at the Bowl. Matt Nelson, Tom Monfiletto here with you, live on the Strive Network in what appears to be our final regular season boys lacrosse game of the season here at Blair.
Yeah, and it looks like that we will potentially cover the state finals, which will be held at the higher seeds location.
May 11th?
I believe that is the 19th. I think it moved to the 19th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Blair will play Lawrenceville in the semifinals. If they're able to beat them, they'll take on either Hun or Petty.
I think I know who you're pulling for in that matchup. For those of you who don't know, Tom is a Hun grad, and of course Hun happens to be the top-ranked prep lacrosse team in the state. They're 12-0 right now.
Yeah, they do have a very good team this year. They came up to Blair. They beat Blair earlier in the season, but I think that was a game where Blair kind of learned a lot about themselves and what it was going to need to be able to compete at that level. And I think that was a good game for the program. And I think they showed some great things there towards the end of the first half in that game. And they've had some great wins after that as well, and they're playing very, very well here today.
So we are now just about a minute into this fourth and final quarter as the ball goes off the stick of Kirby and it's scooped up by Long. Near side, he lost the handle and picked it up off a bounce. The defender is Kyle Yarzev as he pokes the ball away and knocks it out of play. It'll be North Warren ball here. Someone got cross-checked for Blair and North Warren again. Jay Groves got smashed to the ground by Ricky Baird. Second time we've seen Groves get checked. The yellow flag did come in. And this game is getting ugly.
We'll see if we can take another look at it. We might have missed it. Oh, there we go.
Left of your screen, you see both number 21s going down. Groves and Baird. That's just hard and physical boys lacrosse at its finest.
Well, I think Groves ruffled some feathers with his physical play earlier in the game, and he popped right back up after this hit, one of the toughest guys on the field.
Long back to Morrison up top. They feed left to Claflin, who works his way up top. And tried to pass to Tom Jenkins, who lost the handle. It's back in the stick of Claflin as Claflin goes to Morrison. Claflin back to Morrison again. Now Long. Back to Morrison up top. They go to Claflin again. Shot fired. Goal. Bottom shelf. And bring out the hats for Kevin Claflin. It's his third goal of the game. Blair leads 8-3 with 10:05 left.
Kevin Claflin, what else can we say about him? Take a look at this. Ripped it off the ground for another goal. Kevin Claflin coming through in the clutch once again.
That goal coming at the 10:05 mark of this fourth quarter. And now Jenkins will face off against Jack Brutrimovic for the face-off. Brutrimovic in there for the first time, and easily Brutrimovic has the face-off. Brutrimovic fires a shot off a bounce. It's high and out of play. Lions off the whistle. It'll be now Johnson's ball. He's being guarded by Groves. Robertson will jog his way swiftly back up top and go to Polachek. Polachek working left and now finding Rylan LePage. They go up top for Johnson now with 9:15 left and counting here in the fourth and final quarter. Polachek feeds to Robertson. Robertson racing left, firing, and shooting it right in the stick of Greg Carell. Excellent save by Carell at the other end.
Clark missed an opportunity there to scoop up a ground ball and get something going in transition for the Bucks. And here North Warren might be able to regain possession. Got a whistle, and they do.
A foul against Blair, so North Warren ball. Robertson passes it immediately to Lyons, who works his way behind the cage. And it goes right back to Robertson. Robertson up top for Johnson. Johnson working right against the defender in Tom Jenkins. Johnson fires wide left out of play as the ball goes up the hill and onto the pavement. 8:19 to go here in the ball game as North Warren is trying all they can do to come back here against Blair, who had a pretty good second quarter. Or third quarter, rather. Matter of fact, both teams did, as they each put up 2 goals in that quarter, respectively. And now we have our first timeout here in the fourth quarter, taken by North Warren.
North Warren's going to need to get a lot of shots on goal. And Carell, I think, has done a phenomenal job in net for the Buccaneers. The defense has done a great job in limiting some of the opportunities for the Patriots, and they've done such a great job in some cases. The shots that result in the possessions for North Warren have not been, they've either been altered, they've been deflected, they've been whatever, but they haven't really been able to get a good solid shot on goal. A couple times that they have, Carell's been able to stop it, it seems like. So pretty good effort here from Blair from start to finish on the defensive end.
So what can North Warren do to try and cut the deficit a little bit?
Matt, I believe I just said that. That was pretty much exactly what I just said.
Okay.
So if you rewind the tape a little bit, about 5 seconds, I think you might might get an answer there, but they just need to get more shots on net. They need to be relentless in their opportunities, and they need to just fire as many as they can and really test Carell in goal.
A 5-goal lead for Blair with 8:10 left. A win here for the Bucks would put them back at the 500 mark overall and put them in a pretty good position as they look to play Lawrenceville on Monday in the Prep A state semifinal. The game will be at Lawrenceville at 4:15. Loose ball here on the near side, and we get a whistle. The ball is out of play, I believe. Bringing it back in is LePage. Feeds up top for Johnson. Johnson from the right side fires to Polachek. Robertson fires a shot deflected by Carell. Coming in from the near side was Robertson, and he put it right in Carell's stick. Kyle Sabbath feeds to Morrison now. Morrison with the screen from his teammate Wyatt Long. And now Morrison will race down the sideline and now jog behind the cage. Morrison from the left side. He got the ball knocked out of his stick, and I think we'll have a ground ball here. Cameron Warden nearly had it, and now Claflin checks him down, and now it's going to be North Warren ball here with 6:40 to go in the fourth and final quarter. Pass a little too high for Kyle Lyons, and it's scooped up by Ben Sizzler. Claflin making his way down the field for Morrison. Morrison now to Kirby. And here's Claflin. Near side defended by Warden. Claflin fires off a bounce. Wide out of play. And up the hill.
We're going to see how well Blair can really move the ball within this possession and try to take some time off of this clock, Matt, and just decrease the opportunities for North Warren to come back into the game.
Another shot fired wide out of play this time again. Blair will have it. And time is running out here for North Warren. They've got to hurry. Jack Mooney with the ball in his stick. We really haven't seen much of him a lot since the first quarter, but he turns it over to Warden. A whistle here as Claflin has it near side. Long now behind the cage for the Bucks. 5.5 to play. 8-3 Blair leads. Long for Morrison on the wing. Morrison looking to fire, and the shot is high and out of play. And it looks like Blair will retain it. Coming up on 5 minutes left here in the game. Claflin up top for Kirby. Back to Claflin, who lost the handle. And Claflin nearly picked it back up. We get a whistle here. A foul against Claflin, and North Warren will have it with under 5 minutes left. The time is running out for North Warren. They've got to hurry. And they've got to work that ball fast and score in transition. Robertson from the right side fires, and it's picked up by Carell right away. Craig Carell has come up big when the time has been needed for Blair. Now North Warren. Well, they had the ball for a minute. Blair picked it up again. And it's nearly got scooped up by Palazzi. He did scoop it up and fired it over the stick of Palachik and out of play. Stein behind the cage now and fires it long to Jude Lindbergh, the future Wesleyan College football and lacrosse player. Ball now at midfield and loose, scooped up by Lyons as he races his way down the near side. Lyons, good move to his right. Tried to fire a shot. Lindbergh knocked him down nearly, but knocked himself down instead. Clark. Ball up high in the air and out of play with 3.5 left. So Blair looking to roll on to a victory here this afternoon here in Blairstown. They lead by 5 with time nearly running out for North Warren. And with a look at what they have coming up ahead, it's that Prep A state semifinal against Lawrenceville on Monday. It'll be down in Lawrenceville as Claflin fires a shot deflected and saved by Dom Carlucci, rather. And after that, it's another 2 games on the road for Blair as they go to PDS and then Oratory Prep, which is in somewhere in eastern Pennsylvania.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I thought it was in Jersey.
Oratory Prep. Nonetheless, a couple of prep games coming up for Blair as that pass is out of play. And we have a number of subs coming in for Blair. Chris Johnson will bring it in for North Warren. Yarzab. And ball loose near midfield. Scooped up by Connor Soyson. Soyson in transition, fires a pass, shot, goal. Luke Robertson, bring out the hats for him. It's his 3rd goal of the afternoon with 1:59 to go, and the lead is down to 4 for Blair.
A really nice look and great job moving without the ball there as he was able to sneak past Lindbergh and get the goal for North Warren.
That comes with 2:03 left, and I think that goal may be a little too late. Now, keep in mind, face-offs, what would happen, of course, if North Warren were to win this face-off here, as Butrimovic will go up against R.J. Stein. Having some issues now with the scoreboard here at Blair. The clock itself is turned off, but the score and quarter is still on.
I think they're just fixing the clock. Putting the correct time on.
Should be 2 minutes, and here we go. Butrimovic picks up the face-off here and races down the sideline for North Warren with time running out for the Patriots. Lyons back to Robertson. Robertson fires it just a bit wide, and LePage scoops it up with about 90 seconds to go here in the game. North Warren, it has to hurry. They're down by 4, and here we go. Palachek to Butrimovic, who races in from the right side, trying to sweep it in. Behind the cage for Lyons, who lost the handle. It'll be a drag race as Robertson scoops it up. Yellow flag comes in with 1:08 left. Shot fired, deflected off the lower right side of the goalpost. And now the whistle comes in. Checking out will be Kyle Sabbath.
That was a really, really nice save by Carell. After a really good look by North Warren to try to make that extra pass, but Carell was there to save it, and he's done a great job today.
1 minute to go here as North Warren is trying to hurry it up. Robertson back to Polachek. Polachek behind the cage. Lions up top for Robertson. They try to work it in to John Donovan, who lost the handle, and a Blair turnover right here. That might be all she wrote as the ball goes over the goal and out of play. We were talking earlier about what Blair has up ahead for them. Again, Lawrenceville in the Prep A State semifinal.
Wow.
And we got a shot fired and a goal for North Warren. And now they trail 8-5.
Take a look at this from the corner. Really difficult angle.
That's never a good angle to shoot from, but Kyle Lyons made it work.
And it went off of the stick of Carell, who was a little bit disappointed in himself for not saving that. But that was a gutsy call, gutsy shot, and it happened to go their way.
So possibly the last face-off of the game here. Bertrimovich against Stein. Picked up by Blair. And now intercepted by Ricky Baird. Still loose, and Morrison has it. That should do it for the Bucks as they look to win this game with less than 10 seconds left. Working it back out is Jack Mooney. We get a whistle, and Mooney gets knocked down. Right with 2 seconds left, Jack Mooney gets knocked down to the ground. And I think we have a timeout on the field. Now, why they would take a timeout with 2 seconds left, I have no idea.
Yeah, beyond me as well. But did not look like a clean hit. Came a little bit after the whistle. 2 seconds left. I think Coach Wenner is just getting the troops together, tell them to keep their heads held high and to keep, obviously, after a victory, but to keep cooler heads is what I'm trying to say here. Keep their cool, and not take any kind of bait into getting into any kind of altercations here with 2 seconds left.
So one more play, and then that will just about wrap it up here from Blair, as the Bucks will go on to win this game 8-5 over North Warren. Blair actually beat North Warren 11-8 in last year's regular season matchup. Morrison has it, and that will do it. The Buccaneers defeat nearby rival North Warren 8-5 here on what was SAT morning for the Buccaneer students. And when they came out of class, the athletes came ready to play, and did they. Defeating their rival by 3 goals.
Really good game for Blair. Really complete effort. We'll take a look at their upcoming schedule. You've been mentioning it beforehand, where they're going to have Lawrenceville coming up on Monday, and then on Wednesday they'll play a PDS team that, although doesn't have a great record, has really, really fought some teams down to the wire. They only lost by 2 to Hun. They lost, I think, by 1 to Hill. And Hill's got a pretty good team this year as well. So PDS, that'll be a great game for Blair. At Oratory Prep, they beat them last year on Senior Day here in the bowl that we covered that last year. So and a rematch against them, and then Warren Hills, and then they'll finish up with Wyoming Seminary at home on the 16th, which will be Senior Day here for the Bucks. So a really complete effort. They bring the same kind of effort and energy that they brought here today. I think they'll have a pretty fortuitous end to the season here in Blairstown.
And again, you notice that state final Tom mentioned before. I believe that was moved to May 19th.
Right.
So a little bit of extra time for those championship teams to possibly get ready. But as you look ahead to that state semifinal game, how does Blair fare against Lawrenceville?
Well, Lawrenceville's always a really strong team. They're a very strong team. They've had a phenomenal program over there under Coach Fitzpatrick. And this year they have a losing record, I believe, and they always play a really, really tough schedule. They'll play teams from the Interact, they'll play teams from New England, and they really challenge themselves. So it's going to be a tough one for Blair. It's definitely going to be a tough matchup. That their defense can really, really, really come through. I mean, giving up 5 goals in a game and an 8-5 victory is a pretty darn good job by your defense. Craig Carell did a great job in net. I think they're happy with him back there. And I think if they continue to play this kind of defense, they might be able to pull off what would be considered an upset against Lawrenceville. So good things happening for the Buccaneers here.
So again, our final score here, Blair defeating North Warren 8-5. Tom and I will be back here with you on Monday afternoon over at Field as Blair is looking to continue their success here this season. For Tom Monfilito, Matt Nelson signing off for you now. We'll see you on Monday afternoon right here on the Strive Network.